Hey, what's good, chronology addicts? I'm Lane.
And I'm chronology addict Dave, back with Touring History X, Y, and Z, where we learn that cultural revolutions always start with someone saying, "This whole thing needs to go, dude."
It's true. But first, a quick love to our sponsor, Hiho Cheeseburgers.
Woo.
Speaking of revolutions, they revolutionized fast food by using 100% grass-fed Wagyu from New Zealand, sustainably raised, antibiotic-free, and packed with nutrients that actually make you feel good about your lunch choices.
That's right, and you won't lose your lunch over these burgers. Visit hiho.la and join the burger revolution that doesn't require destroying anything except your previously low expectations. Yeah.
That's right. So today, Dave, we're talking about July 12th. Imagine that. We're
Yeah.
talking about the day on the date that it's happening.
That's deep. Yeah,
It's
it's like
almost a reality show, and I've been staring at this date for a while, and I'll tell you, it's kinda like a master class in how cultural backlash creates the very thing it's trying to destroy. But
well,
first,
yeah.
birthdays, Dave.
Birthdays! It includes some complex figures. Bill Cosby, Mr. Jello at 88, whose legacy is, complicated to say the least.
That's an understatement. And Michelle Rodriguez at 47, Fast and Furious action queen. Topher Grace at 47, and the absolute legend Malala Yousaf. I can't say her last name. Help me, Dave.
Yusufazi.
Malala
Yusafaze.
Yousafzai at
Yeah, yeah,
28.
yeah. Well, oh, plus Phoebe Tonkin at 36, Brock Lesnar at 48, and some Gen Z rising stars like Isaac Ryan Brown at 20 and Gage Bills at 21.
Wow, you went into radio DJ voice. Very
That's right.
impressive, sir.
Stay tuned.
That reminds me of the way DJs used to talk back in 1979 when we were talking about the disco demolition night at Comiskey Park. And
Oh, I
I was a 9-year-old boy in Chicago watching this craziness unfold. What was
that
supposed to be a promotional stunt between White Sox doubleheader games turned into a full scale riot when fans stormed the field after exploding disco records.
wow, that must have been intense. Well, here's what blows my mind about Gen X's relationship to this. So, you're the generation that understood that cultural backlash is usually just fear of change wearing a leather jacket.
Yeah, exactly. We watched this story and immediately got that it wasn't really about disco music. It was about who gets to define American culture and how threatened people get when that definition starts shifting.
Gen X grew up seeing this pattern everywhere: the satanic panic, the war on rap music, video games causing violence. You learn to recognize moral panic disguised as cultural criticism and quasi banning things.
That's right. We're the generation that learned to ask, what are you really afraid of? Because disco didn't threaten baseball. Disco threatened the idea that white male rock fans got to decide what was cool.
That's right, disco threatened everything except polyester. And Gen X became experts at spotting when cultural gatekeeping was really just gatekeeping, period.
That's right. And so things like and anthems like "We're not gonna take it."
Take it.
Yeah, come on, feel the noise. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
A little rage come out of Gen X.
Right. Warriors, come out and play, eh?
Ex-
And then July 12th also had 1984, Walter Mondale announcing Geraldine Ferraro as his running mate, making her the first woman on a major party presidential ticket.
Yeah, I'd like to see those two dance the disco together.
That's right.
So I'm assuming you're connecting this to millennials and maybe representation day.
Yes, millennials are the first generation to grow up assuming that breaking barriers was just normal, but also the first to realize how much work normal actually required.
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating. So when millennials look at someone like Geraldine Ferraro, they don't see it as this shocking breakthrough. They see it as proof that progress has been painfully slow.
You bet. For older generations, Ferraro was revolutionary. For millennials, she's evidence that we should have had multiple female presidents by now, not just vice presidents.
Yeah, it's this weird relationship where millennials appreciate the progress, but are also frustrated that it took until 1984 for something so obvious. And then frustrated again that it took until 2020 for the next woman to be on a winning ticket.
Yeah, America is sometimes a little behind the times. Millennials inherited the expectation of equality, but also the responsibility of making it actually happen. It's up to us again. Ferraro opened the door, but millennials had to keep pushing it. It's revolving. Come on.
Yes. And speaking of opening doors, it's lunchtime. Let's open the door to our favorite place to go for lunch.
Oh, great segue lane.
IO cheeseburgers didn't just talk about better beef, they sourced it vertically from their own First Light farms in New Zealand. Certified humane, GMO free, higher in omega 3s.
That's right. It's like they skipped the decades of incremental improvement and went straight to what if. We just did this right from the beginning here down in New Zealand. Visit hiho.la and taste what happens when someone actually follows through.
The New Zealand DJ voice. No one has that. Try that AI. It's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
that's right.
All right, so moving on to our last topic. July 12th, 1997, future Nobel laureate Malala Yousafzai was born in Pakistan, who would grow up to turn an assassination attempt into a global platform for education rights.
Ooh, good save there.
I made it
And
through.
this hits Gen Z in this incredibly specific way. You see, Malala represents everything about how their generation approaches activism and global citizenship. Survive an assassination attempt at what, 15? And you can change the world.
Why don't you entertain us a bit more and take us a little deeper with that, Dave?
All right. Well, Gen Z looks at Malala and sees proof that you don't have to wait until you're an adult to change the world. She was advocating for girls' education at 11, survived an assassination attempt at 15, and won the Nobel Prize. Drum roll, please. 17 years old.
Oh, I feel so underaccomplished.
I know. Lightweight.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Gen Z doesn't see age as a barrier to having a voice and making an impact.
But I don't think Malala has a podcast. So there. So, where previous generations might think, wait your turn, or gain experience first, Gen Z is like, if you see injustice, speak up immediately. The world needs your perspective right now, damn it.
That's right. Like Greta, right? I mean, Greta's setting the
Oh,
world on
credits
fire just by
everywhere.
speaking her mind. And Malala proved that authentic storytelling can be more powerful than any traditional political campaign. She just told her truth and it resonated globally.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Gen Z learned that from Malala. You don't need institutional permission to be a leader. You just have to ask for forgiveness. You just need to be authentic, persistent, and willing to use whatever platform you have, including a wooden box.
And survive assassination attempts.
Exactly.
Um, it's this beautiful model of activism that's both deeply personal and universally relevant. Gen Z took some notes on her.
They certainly did. So, July 12th gives us this perfect progression of how to handle cultural resistance.
Yeah, Gen X learned to recognize fake cultural panics. Millennials inherited the work of making equality actually happen. And Gen Z discovered that youth plus authenticity can move mountains.
Gen Z did too. Each generation figured out how a different piece of the puzzle, spotting manipulation, demanding progress, and refusing to wait for permission to lead, will get you
Yeah,
places.
exactly. So thanks to Hi Ho Cheeseburgers at hiho.la for proving that revolution can be delicious and sustainable at the same time.
Delicious. If July 12th's lessons resonated with you, like and subscribe and send us a voice memo about a moment when you realized you didn't need permission to speak up, and we might give you a free t shirt.
Absolutely. And we'll have Says So, our animatronic answering machine, light up your voice in ways you might find really entertaining or terrifying. Either way, you're going to want to share it with your friends.
I am says so. Turn me off. Until next time, this has been Touring History X, Y, and Z.
Where revolutions come and go, but great beef is forever, and Dave says Z instead of Z.
Ever, 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 ever. Thanks, folks.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Go make some history.